welcome. And you can't see what I'm holding up if you're listening. I'm trying to. The light is a little bright. But, there we go. I am holding up a car magnet that I had made. I don't like it. It's too goddamn. I'm trying to stop saying that. It is too gosh darn big. I don't like it. I don't like that bright light either. Let's figure this out. Maybe we just need to. I thought I had this all this figured out before I press play. But yeah, Vista Prints, no shade. I mean, they did do what I asked. I just wasn't expecting it to be this big. Like, I thought it would be like a sticker, like decal that I peeled and put on my car, but this is a whole fucking magnet. A whole magnet. And so Tiger was like, well, just use it in the podcast as like a background thing. So this is what we're going to do. We're just going to put it there. So it'll just, be a prop. So, yeah. It'll just be a prop. So, 6th episode. I'm so upset still. If you guys follow me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, you know that I was so excited because episode 5 has been my favorite so far. I just thought that, I'm starting to get my rhythm. I don't know, I just thought it was a really good effing episode. And there was video to it, and I was super excited about the video. I'm making sure that it's recording now. I don't know, the Wi-Fi in my house went down or something, and I swear it recorded it because I watched it past 3 seconds. But when I went back to upload it a couple days later, there was only 3 seconds of it, and I looked everywhere, looked in all the files, couldn't find it, and I was like, shit. Because if you listen to the audio, I was talking about some books, like some shadow work books and healing books and astrology book. And I was, holding them and showing them and like reading pages out of it. I mean, it can still resonate. You can still get something from it with just the audio. But the video with it, it just made more sense, I felt like. So, and then I also got a hat made. I just wanted to get one just to see. I don't like that the lettering is so small, but it wouldn't let me make it any bigger. Let me turn my lighting off really quick. So the hat does say, play with your dick, not me. But yeah, I think the lettering is too small. But I tried to make it bigger, but then I would start getting error messages on Vistaprints. So I don't know if anybody wants to comment or shoot me a message if they know of other customization sites that I can try, because like I said, I'm still figuring this out, still new. And again, if you're also watching this video on YouTube, you can see that I got my hair braided by I call her the Barbie magician. Her name is Janet. She works at Duo Barbershop off of 2100 South in Salt Lake. She does amazing work. She also has a Instagram that I can shout out later, because I don't know it off the top of my head right now, but I feel like Barbie is actually in the name. But yeah, she is freaking amazing. I've never had anybody do my braids so quickly. Like, we were watching Mamma Mia while she was braiding my hair, and she was like done with my whole head before the movie was over. And I was just like, no one has ever done my hair so fast. Like, when I braid my own hair, like, these are boho braids. I don't know how to do these on my own hair. I usually just do box braids. But when I do my own hair, I start at like 9 a.m. and I either get done around midnight, or I stop and then finish the rest the next day. When other people have done my hair, same thing. It takes all damn day, or sometimes I need a second day. So, I don't know. But I thought she was fucking amazing. She did a phenomenal job. I don't talk about my kids very much, but those of you that know me in real life know that I have 3 girls, 17, almost 9, and 5. And so I actually want to take my 17-year-old before she starts her senior year to get her hair braided by Janet. But yeah, if you've never been to Duo Barbershop off of 2100 South, like, definitely check it out. Definitely check it out. Hopefully I have the name right and I'm not promoting like the wrong business, but I swear it's like Duo Barbershop. But I will go back and look after I make this, and if I have promoted it incorrectly, I will fix it in the comments, because obviously I want to shout out people correctly. But I don't know, I have a really shitty memory these days. But I'm pretty sure it's like Duo Barbershop. I might be missing a word though, but I will definitely correct it in the comments if I have it wrong, because I want to give people their credit and correct shout out. You know, because I obviously wouldn't want people walking around being like, oh, you should listen to Play With Your Clit, Not Me, or something. I wouldn't want, because they fucking have my podcast wrong. So, I was stuck in traffic for a few hours today. I guess it was a horrible accident. I hope everybody's okay. But while I was in traffic, I kind of had like a random thought come to me. And because I used to find it really kind of cringe, kind of weird, when people would like outwardly announce when they help somebody. Like, oh, I just, gave a homeless person a bunch of money today, or I just did this, I just did that. And they feel the need to like tell people about it because they want people to be like, oh, that was so nice, you're such a good person. And I used to like feel like, just do something nice for people. You don't need to announce it to the whole world. Like, are you doing it for you, or did you do it for that person? And I used to think it was like cringe. But over this past year and going through like my healing journey and stuff, things that I used to believe or think, or morals I used to have, or opinions, they've drastically changed. And I feel like I carry more grace, more understanding, more patience for people, and I just have a wider perspective and think of things differently. And so I kind of had a thought in the car, and I was like, well, maybe these people are out really telling people that they're a good deed because they're hoping that people will pass it on. They're hoping that it'll grow and that other people will also do something nice for somebody else. And I was like, yeah, that's a good way to look at it. So, because I've always loved those videos of like the people that have walked up to somebody that was like down and out, and they're like, hey, like, would it help your day if I gave you like $2,000? And like the person's like crying and they hug, and the person may go an extra mile and give them some clothes, or help them find a job or get a place to live. That's awesome. Those videos always make me cry. So I've never found those like cringe or anything, and I always loved how those kind of caught on and other people started doing it. Like, people would post about how like somebody came into a restaurant and tipped them like $1,000 or something, and they might end up on the news or something, and then that grows, and then other people do it. And so that's where my perspective changed, where I was just like, no, it's totally okay if people want to announce to everybody or put it on social media that they did something charitable for somebody that day. It's, even if it is for them, even if they do need to be told like, oh, you're such a good person, that was so nice of you, so what? Like, if it makes like other people, oh man, my light turned off. If it makes other people then want to do something good, then like, good, mission accomplished. This is what happens when you don't charge stuff. It's probably going to shut off again, so I might just have to like adjust this. Yep, that's okay. Oh, it's as bright as we're gonna get her today. That's weird. Anyways, yeah, that's my fault. I should have charged her. See, look at me all unprepared. Yeah, let's see. Maybe I can. Girl, get it together. Get it together. Anyways, I swear my sunshine goes brighter than that, but that's okay. That's okay. So anyways, yeah, it was just a different perspective on things. And so I like that when I just have like random little things that pop in my head, that are like, hey, look at this differently. So yeah, Uh, I was kind of racking my brain all week for some topics, but before I get to that, guys, Halsey. Halsey. I went to Halsey on Tuesday, and it was fucking awesome. She snatched my entire life. If you went, you understand. So, I never got to go to concerts as a kid, whatever. So, as a 37-year-old woman, it's just something I do now. I something I do now. It's something that I've been doing lately. So I went to LMA with one of my best friends, Chelsea, a couple years ago. That was fun. Um, I love LMA. If you don't know who she is, check her out. She's amazing. Um, she's this adorable British singer. So stinking cute. And that was at the Depot venue, I think. That's next to uh, the Gateway, either the Depot or the Complex. I don't remember. And then I went to Jelly Roll and Post Malone in April. That was amazing. But Halsey, I went to on Tuesday. That was at USANA. I had major fucking anxiety prior to, because I have never driven to a concert myself, and I was scared of the parking situation. But we were good. We went a little early and we figured it out. Um, but after the concert, I feel so bad for. I have awesome friends, and they were like, "It's okay, it's totally fine." We couldn't find my car after the concert, so we walked the parking lot for like an hour looking for my damn car. But we eventually found it. But yeah, Halsey has been such a voice for me, specifically this last year, with the like state I've been in, um, the grief, and I guess um, deep loss, and I don't even want to call it depression, because that's not what it was, not what it is, and it just kind of puts a label on it and then desensitizes it. Um, it was all kind of tied into the spiritual journey that I was put on, and the person that was the catalyst for that. But with the spiritual journey and basically grieving the loss of your old self, it was very painful. I was basically set on an accelerated healing journey. All my traumas, all my triggers, all my childhood wounds all came to the surface, and I was forced to just feel it all at an accelerated rate. And I was crying every day. Different ages of my inner child were coming forward to me, begging to be held, begging to be understood, begging for me to give them a reason why they were treated the way they were treated and what was wrong with them. Um, I was just bursting into tears everywhere. It was to the point where, and it still happens, I actually will probably need to go cry after this episode, because I can literally feel it when it comes on. And if I push it away, like, no, I don't have time to cry today, the universe goes, okay, that's fine, but it's going to be worse for you. It's going to be 10 times worse for you tomorrow. And it is. I could just be doing some random thing, and then all of a sudden it just washes over me, and I fall to my knees and sob. So it's just, it's deep pain, feelings, healing that demands to be felt now, not later. And I've never cried more in my entire life. I've never been this sad in my entire life. I've been extremely miserable, grieving the past year. And I actually put together a whole playlist on YouTube Music, because music has always been really healing for me. And I put to, it was the playlist is actually public if anyone wants to look at it. It's called Working Through Some Shit. And I added to it. I add to it every day, and it was just the music that I listened to, I cried to, because it's just been ridiculous. Just falling to my knees and crying in my room, crying in the shower, getting out of the shower, falling to my knees in the shower and crying, crying in my office, crying on the way to work, and it just bubbles up, and it's like, you're gonna feel this pain right now. You're gonna feel this grief, this loss, these wounds. You're gonna heal this shit. You're gonna feel it, because you can't heal what you don't reveal. So I've suffered in silence for the past year. And then I got to the point where it just wasn't serving me anymore, you know? And so I'm now trying to heal out loud and talk about it. I may not share all the aspects of it. It depends on who the person is. Because a lot of people just won't understand. They won't get it, especially if they've never been placed on a spiritual journey. They absolutely just, it won't resonate. It won't make sense to them. Even if they are familiar with the terms and the kind of journey that I'm on, you can't really understand unless you're living it. But uh, I'm still working through it. I kind of feel like I'm going through like a butterfly transformation. I actually heard a poem the other day. It was a woman on TikTok, and it resonated and hit so hard. She was talking about grieving the loss of her soul and how painful that had been for her. And does she send congratulations or condolences to someone that is still alive, but you're grieving the loss of them? She basically was talking about grieving her soul, which is very similar to what I was going through. Um, and just kind of going through a butterfly transformation and coming to know her new self and just how painful that whole process was. I am not entirely sure where in my own butterfly transformation I am at this point, because I can tell you that I'm fine, and maybe the past few days I have been fine, and then there's a shift, and for the next week I might be sobbing every day. I might be kind of sticking to myself. The emotions might just be very heavy because it comes in waves, and if I don't, like I said, if I don't feel it, it's 10 times harder the longer I put it off feeling it. And it hurts and it's painful. And there are times where my chest hurts so bad from sobbing so hard. I think to myself, this is it. This is when I die of a broken heart, right here. Right here in my shower, I'm going to drop dead. Or I feel like if I went and got my heart checked at this point, the doctor would be like, you have some heart damage. Like, what is going on with you? Like, I've actually considered going to a cardiologist for him to look at my heart and see how much I've damaged it with how much and how hard I've cried so many times this past year. But Halsey has, what I wanted to say is Halsey, her music has really been there for me. Really been there for me. And God, sometimes music just says what you can't. And it helps you feel as intensely as you need to the things that you need to feel. And so I felt like I needed to give it back to her. So when I found out that she was coming, I was like, I have to go. I have to see her in person. I have to sing her songs and feel them, cry to them like I did in my room. So, yeah, it was a great show. It was a great show. She is just amazing. Jelly Roll is another one that has been there for me, and so I had to go see him. Tate McRae is coming in September or October, and I'm actually thinking about going to see her too because her songs have been there for me too. There's countless artists: Sam Barber, Shabuzi. There's several. But yeah, Halsey was super fun, and drop me a comment or a message if you went to and how you liked it. I thought she was fucking phenomenal. But anyways, I was thinking about Let Them. The concept has been out for a while now. I would say maybe a year or so. The Let Them theory. Mel Gibson, I believe she's a doctor and she's an author. She also has a podcast and stuff. She is the one that I guess introduced the concept or made it mainstream or viral. I read her book. A lot of it resonated. A lot of it, or not a lot of it, but some of it, I guess pertaining to family, didn't. I didn't really care for that chapter just because everybody has their own unique situation with their family, and at the end of the day everybody has to do what works best for them and doesn't compromise their mental health. I didn't feel that her Let Them theory chapter on family and how to deal with them resonated with me. I kind of wanted to just skip right over it, but I wanted to listen to what she had to say, so I didn't. But if you haven't read her Let Them book, I definitely recommend that you do. It was a great read. The advice has helped me a lot in a lot of situations. It changes your perspective on things. I talked about this a couple episodes back about how kind of within this last year, I don't know if it's a spiritual gift that has come to the forefront for me, but I think it's awesome. And I think if more people saw other people this way, there'd be less hate, less violence, less intolerance for others, less just people being mean. If we looked at each other this way, and I feel like there'd be more patience and more grace. So I see inner children running around everywhere now. That's one of the things, I guess, gifts that I've developed on this healing journey of mine, is that when people are yelling at me, I work in a people-based type job, so I do have people that will lose their shit and yell at me. And when this has happened, or when anybody out in the world has been rude or yelled at me, my old approach would have been to, depending on if they triggered me or I felt like I was being attacked, my approach would be to yell back at them, to get defensive and maybe match their energy, which is not good, especially if they're screaming. Because it doesn't work if they're screaming and then you're screaming. Don't match their energy. Instead, try to bring that down. Because you're not going to get anywhere two people screaming at each other. But I get it, especially if you're feeling attacked or triggered. Because I used to be reactive in that way. Because who wants to be disrespected? Who wants to be yelled at? You know. But oh, and by the way, I wasn't planning on recording this way this week. I bought a mic, but it's not connecting to my computer, and it even says in the directions that it might not. So I need to like play around with it a little bit this weekend and get it working, and then next episode, because I hear my audio, and I kind of hear like an echo. I also think my own voice is fucking annoying. But I think everybody does. You know, everybody thinks their own voice is annoying. But anyways, so nowadays, one of the many things that this spiritual journey has done to me is I see inner children running around everywhere. So when people yell at me or people are in their feelings and they're being reactive, I don't feel the need to react anymore. I don't feel the need to match their energy and get mad or get upset that they're in my face. Because when they're yelling at me, no matter where I am or what the situation is, I just see their inner child come forward. And their inner child is saying to me, I don't feel heard. I don't feel listened to. I don't feel seen. I don't feel like I matter. And it's helped me have patience and grace for people. It's helped me be more understanding and remain calm. Because who's going to yell or be mean to a child? So when I see their inner child coming forward and I feel that energy, I feel that hurt, I feel that I don't feel heard, I feel that whatever the inner child is trying to communicate to me, I feel that energy, and it helps me better handle the situation and help this person calm down. And I think it's an amazing gift, skill, whatever that I've acquired. And like I said, I think it would be amazing if everybody started to see other human beings that way. I think there would definitely be less violence and less fights and all of that, and less, things escalating. If we could actually stand there and hear what people are saying, and if their inner child does come forward, listen to what their inner child is saying, because that adult person, that is what they're saying. but their inner child is coming out and basically saying it for them. And I actually think that Mel had said something like this in her book, but I was already seeing that with people before. So I don't know. Maybe Mel had her own spiritual journey. I don't know. But I swear she had mentioned this in her book now that I'm saying it. I swear there was a chapter where she had said something about, angry adults or something like that. She had like an example, I feel like. I don't remember which chapter. But I feel like she was like, an angry adult is just a child that dot dot dot. I don't really remember, but essentially I feel like that's what she was trying to say, was that try to approach people as if you're dealing with their inner child. But she said it a little differently than me. For me, I don't I see it how she sees it, but I think we have a similar approach. But yeah, so I just see inner children running around everywhere. I tell Tiger, my husband, who refuses to reconnect with his inner child because it's just too painful for him. He's not there yet. He's not ready to face his um, wounds and dark, because we all have a shadow and light side of us, and he's not ready to face his shadows and do his shadow work, and that's okay. That's okay. You can't force somebody to do that, and I'm learning that. You can't force anybody to face what they're not ready to, and sometimes even in this lifetime, I'm learning that they're not supposed to. They're not supposed to in this lifetime. Maybe the next lifetime will be when they face their shadows and do their shadow work. So that's okay. Um, but I've told him that his inner child has come forward to me, that his inner child has spoken to me. This pretty much started happening after mine came forward and were talking to me. And I had to hug every single one of them and talk to every single one of them and tell them that there was nothing wrong with them, to tell them that they mattered and that they were important, and that they, were heard, and that I saw them, and that whatever happened was not their fault. And I just had to sit with each one of them, from baby to toddler to child to teenager to young adult. I had to sit with each and every one of them and give them the allotted time that they needed, hug them, cry along with them, and then they left. And yeah, pretty much since then, I'm have seen other people's inner child come forward, and I'm dealing with them accordingly. Or I don't want to say dealing, but hearing them out and giving them the space that they need, to express themselves and get out what they need to get out. Um, so, and I just think that it would be a beautiful thing if people, if that caught on. I don't think you need to have a spiritual journey or a spiritual awakening to start being to start implementing the practice of seeing people, and really hearing them and connecting with their hurt energy, or their feeling unheard energy, or like they don't matter energy, and connecting with their inner child. Because I've noticed that some people's energy is so much louder than others, because I walk by people all day every day and I'm just picking up on energies, and some are definitely louder than others. And so I think some inner children may be louder than others and may be closer to being able to come forward better than others. So yeah, it's just something that I guess I've come to acquire this past year, and it's been a beautiful way to look at things and the world, and to just interact with people and give them grace. Um, but the let them theory, I have followed it. I try to implement it in my everyday life. Even something as simple as someone cutting me off in traffic. Like, let them. Maybe they're in a hurry and they really have to get somewhere. Maybe they're late for a job interview. Maybe they just got a call that their child got hurt at school and they need to hurry up and get to them. Let them. Let them cut you off. Did you die? No, you're fine. Yes, it was a little annoying. Because, I mean, it could have caused a crash, but it didn't. Let them. Don't let it make you mad. Already, just, sometimes you just already have to pre-prepare yourself for what kind of day you're going to have. If your commute in the morning is kind of long, expect to be stuck in traffic. Expect that there may be traffic. Expect that there may be congestion. God forbid there may be an accident. But expect all these things. Hope for the best, but expect them. So if they do happen, you kind of already prepared for it. Because, like, all you're doing is robbing yourself of, like, good energy and positivity when you spend that time being annoyed or having road rage. And so, again, I resonated so much with Mel's book. And so I implement, and, reading it was like, yes, 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 Mel, yes, snatching my whole life, girl, yes, because it was either already something that I agreed with, or something I was already implementing, or something that I was like, right? Yes, I'm gonna start putting that into my own life, and utilizing, that every day. And it does help. It does help. And so I think that she's done remarkable work with this let them theory, and it was so needed. It was so needed by the world, I feel like. So she deserves all the accolades, absolutely, and all the praise. But I will say, there's one thing, or one person, I should say, that the let them theory has not worked on for me. Maybe it's because of the connection we have, i.e. spiritual connection we have, but the let them theory has not worked for me in that way. Like, if you've seen the video of, why am I so horrible with names? Lauren Spencer Smith? I'm so horrible. What is wrong with me? I'm so bad with names and remembering titles and crap. I listen to her music every day. She's another one that her music has been giving me life and helping me through. We'll just say Lauren Spencer, because for whatever reason I can't remember her third name. It's so embarrassing. This is my memory, guys. It's more so my anxiety. This is how my anxiety is set up. Is that when I can't remember stuff like this. It's awful. She has like a short. She has like a reel, a TikTok or whatever, where she's like, "Let them. The let them theory is not working right now, Mel." And I resonated so hard with that. So hard with that when Lauren said that, because that's how I feel with this particular person. Like I said, it could be the type of connection we have to each other. The let them theory is just null and void in that case. And I also feel like with the let them theory, the person has to be in the space to be able to let them at all. Like, if they are just not emotionally, mentally there to utilize and implement the let them theory for something or someone, it's also not going to work. So that could be my problem, that I just am not there yet to be able to fully let them theory work. But I do wholeheartedly believe, and will challenge her theory, that people also have to be in a space, the right mental and emotional space, to properly utilize let them. And I also just think that it doesn't quite work on spiritual connections. I could be wrong, but from my personal experience, I don't feel like the let them theory helps with that. I loved the book. I'll read it again. I'll continue to implement the teachings. But for one person, most likely due to the connection, or maybe I'm just not ready to implement it or implement it properly. I've tried. It just doesn't work the same. It doesn't work the same. But here we go. It's a great book, great teaching. Everybody should read it. Everybody should incorporate the let them theory into their everyday life. I swear it'll make you happier. Just like Mel said. It'll just help you let things go. Let things go. Roll right off of you. So if you haven't already, check her out. Another thing that I was thinking about today is leaving people where they're at. Leaving people where they're at. I know it's hard. I'm learning this lesson on my own. It is very hard, especially when You want these people, thing, whatever it is in your life, maybe in your everyday life. Maybe you had expectations or imagined it would be, or they would be a part of your everyday life, and it just didn't work out that way. It's hard. I get it. It's this thing that we have called control. It's hard to relinquish it. It's hard to give it up. That's another thing I've had to grapple with on this journey, is that there is no control. We have no control. It's an illusion. I control nothing. And having no control and realizing you have no control is scary, because control for people, it's very ego based, and it makes us feel safe. It makes us feel safe to think that we have control. But we don't. We control nothing. We have control of nothing. We don't have control of people. We don't have control of the way they think. We don't have control of what they think of us. We don't have control of what happens when we wake up in the morning. Uh, just, we have no control of what may happen on the road when we're driving. We have no control of anything. All we can control is how we react to things. Sometimes we may react in a low vibrational way. Sometimes we may react positively, handle it well. Maybe sometimes we may react in ways that we regret later. But really, we can only control how we handle things, how we react to things, how we process things. But we cannot control other people and other outcomes. We just can't. We just can't. And what I'm learning is, the sooner you come to fact with that, come to terms with that, and let that go, let control go. I'm not going to say that life gets easier, but I'm going to say that you have less expectations. You have, yes, because having expectations, you have the chance to be let down. You have the chance to be, you open the door to be disappointed. So when you relinquish control and start to live in a space of you have no control of anything, there is no sense of control, it's an illusion. You kind of let go of expectations. You can still kind of live within the guidelines of expect the worst, hope for the best. I don't want anybody walking around with a negative mindset. Absolutely not. It's okay to hope. It's okay to expect. I'm not saying that that's not okay, but I'm just saying that we tend to be let down or disappointed when we do. So relinquishing and coming to terms with that we have no control of anything, I feel like drastically has shifted my mindset. You know, all I have control over is how I react to something. And I can hope that I react positively or handle it well, but I have no control of the outcome. I just have control of how I handle it and how I process it and take it in. And that's with people too. So as far as people go, some of them you can't take with us. Some of them, they were just a chapter in your life, and that was it. And I know that's hard to hear. I know that can be a sad realization. I absolutely know that. Because there are some people that we never thought in a zillion years that they'd ever leave our life. We never thought that we'd only have a little bit of time with them. We never thought that, you know, we'd go from strangers to friends, friends to strangers, whatever, you know, back to strangers again. We never fathomed that. We never considered that. But you can't chase people. You can't force people to be in your life if they don't want to be. And it just breaks you down. You should never have to chase after anybody. You should never have to force anybody to be in your life, to love you, to care about you, to reciprocate the love that you were trying to give to them. We just can't. We can't. And I feel like as much as you may want to try, you're going to someday probably harbor resentment towards that person, or even resentment towards yourself. Like, why did I put myself out there in that way? Why did I risk it all? Why did I go to that lengths to make somebody love me and make somebody stay when they never appreciated me, never saw me, never valued me, never loved me, or matched my energy, my love, you know, like, it sucks. It does. It really does. I know. I'm sorry. But I think it's a much more beautiful, uh, wonderful experience when you have surrounded yourself with people that match your heart, match your love, match your energy, fill your cup as much as you fill theirs, show up for you as much as you show up for them. Like, it's so effortless. It's just free flowing back and forth love to one another, and it's not complicated. You're not fighting or begging or chasing somebody. Um, and also, don't ever regret, don't ever make yourself feel bad or feel guilty or beat yourself up for those people that you did love hard. Like I've said in past episodes, never ever be ashamed of how you love. Never, ever, 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 ever. Even if you gave all that love to the wrong person, parentheses, wrong person, don't ever regret that. Don't ever be angry at yourself for 1 second, please. Never. Because your heart is beautiful, your heart is amazing, and all the love that you lost will come back to you. It'll come back to you in the form of people that truly love you, truly show up for you, truly want you in their life, and you don't have to fight to prove to them why they should stay. You won't. They will just love you. They will just love you, and they will just show up for you. I promise you. All that love that you lost, all that pain that you felt, all those tears that you cried, you will get that love back. You will get that love back 100 times over. You will. And it'll come in the form of other people, an amazing new job. I would like to say just through other people, because I don't think anyone else can give you love like people. Animals can. So, I mean, it could come in a form of a new dog. I wholeheartedly believe that. Absolutely. Animals are amazing. They have such healing power. But I'm strictly thinking, I don't even know why I said a new job, but for me personally, I have an amazing job. I have an amazing job, and I'm seen and heard and taken care of. And the past job that I had, I thought it was going to be my forever job. It didn't turn out to be. I'm not going to say that this one is my forever job, but I will say that as long as I've been there so far, I've been treated amazing, and I'm heard and I'm seen, and I truly feel cared about. So we will see. But if I didn't leave that last job, I wouldn't have found this one, is what I'm saying. And for now, it works. I'm not going to pretend to predict the future. I'm not ever going to say that something is a forever thing anymore. But for now, things have been good, and I'm thankful. And I feel very well taken care of. So, yeah, sure. I guess love can come in a form of a great new job where you feel seen, heard, and appreciated and cared about. But really, what I'm trying to say is people. All the love that you felt that you quote unquote lost, you didn't really lose it. It'll come back to you. It'll come back to you, absolutely. So please, not for 1 second, ever feel bad or feel like you did something wrong or feel like there's something wrong with your heart, because your heart is beautiful and it's lovely and it's amazing, and I'm so proud of you that you have the capacity to love so hard and love so deeply. It's, I think, an amazing thing, and the world needs more people like you. If you have a big, amazing, beautiful heart and just want to give love to everybody, like, the world absolutely needs more of that. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta leave people where they are. It sucks. It really does. It's one thing that I really hate hearing, but it's so true. Another thing that I really hate hearing is the trauma wasn't your fault, but it's your job to heal. Something like that. I've always hated that. I've always hated that saying, because I'm like, why is it on me? I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask to be treated the way I was as a child. I didn't ask to you know, be you know, mentally, emotionally, occasionally physically abused. I didn't ask to feel, you know, ignored, not heard, feel not cared about, not loved, feeling inferior to my sister, feeling inadequate, feeling made to feel stupid all the time. Like, I didn't ask for those things, so why is it on me to fix it? It is just is what it is. It just is what it is. It's not fucking fair, and I'll never say that it is. It's not. But it's just something we gotta do. It's just something we gotta do. So, I'm going to end it here, I think. Um, I thought I had like a high note I wanted to leave it on, but it just went out of my mind. So maybe I'll add it in a later episode. But I love you. You're amazing. You matter. I'm glad that you're here. I see you. I hear you. You're amazing. And I just hope that you know that. And I hope and pray that you have people around you or animals around you that remind you every day of how freaking amazing you are. Freaking amazing. And if you listen to my last episode, you just know that I'm not good at ending things. I'm not good at saying bye. So, yeah. I guess I'll just see you guys in the next one. But I hope that you have a good rest of your week and good weekend, good vibes, good energy, good positivity. I'll eventually figure out like a send off that I say at the end of every episode, but it might be a while just because I can't do goodbyes. So, all right. Well, thanks for listening. I just realized I didn't even announce my podcast at the beginning. Look at me, just messing up. Look at me. Look at me. Play with your dick, not me. I did not. You know what? Yeah, I did. I did it with my promo stuff. Yeah, I did. I just didn't say it. But yeah, this has been another episode of Play with Your Dick, not me. So have a good rest of your week. I love you. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.